What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Humphrey and I make videos here on YouTube on personal finance and entrepreneurship. Today we're talking about a pretty hot topic, which is passive income. It seems like everyone these days is really interested in passive income, especially due to the fact that we're all kind of just stuck at home due to quarantine and the coronavirus. I've basically compiled a list of 10 ideas that I've kind of seen or read about or actually employ on my own. And I've actually ranked these 10 passive income ideas from worst to best. Now, I'd like to quickly clear up a misconception about passive income. Yes, while passive income is passive, it actually takes a lot of active work in the beginning to actually get it to that point where it is a passive income stream. Most people think that, passive income is just free money while you sleep. And yes, that is true. But the fact is that it takes a lot of work up front. And basically, while you're doing all this work up front, you're not getting paid on it at all. You actually might be losing money doing all this work up front. But at some point it crosses an inflection point and you start to generate passive income for yourself. But it's a result of all the work that you did up front to get it to that point. So if you're willing to put in some upfront work and then you're able to maintain it, you can slowly start to compound and add passive income streams to your arsenal. So let's get into the first passive income idea, which is actually ranked 10th in my opinion, and that is selling your photos online. These days with websites like Shutterstock and iStock, anybody can upload a photo that they have, and if somebody else decides to download and use that photo for their website or for their portfolio, what you get is a fee based on every time they download it. Now, some of you will say, Humphrey, I'm not a good photographer. I don't have a DSLR camera. I suck at photography. Like, I can't do that. Well, my answer to you is that everybody has a smartphone. I have a old school iPhone 4 right here because my phone is somewhere else. But for example, everyone has a smartphone. Yes, this is technically smart, but it is kind of dumb since it's an iPhone 4, I suppose. But everybody has a smartphone and they can take photos just while you're out and about, while you're traveling, while you're doing anything that you're doing. If you find some sort of scene that you think could be a stock photo, take a photo of it, take a few photos of it, and then later you can edit them lightly in whatever editing software. There's so many editing softwares out there these days on the phone itself or just on the computer. And you can edit them slightly, touch them up, and then upload them to Shutterstock or iStock. Now, what you'll need to do is to be persistent and be consistent with uploading photos because you'll need a catalog of hundreds and hundreds of photos to actually make this passive income strategy work for you. But this is a great example of how upfront work can turn into passive income later on. For example, if you upload 100 photos, perhaps one of those gets downloaded 100 times or 1,000 times, and it actually could be a very good source of passive income for you. But the reason why this is ranked 10th is because it takes a lot of upfront work and the potential reward is probably not that high. However, a lot of people do make a living off of uploading photos to Shutterstock or iStock. The 9th best idea I have for you for passive income is a high interest yielding savings account. Now, this is ranked number 9 right now because the interest rates in the United States are so bad that putting your money in a high interest yield savings account doesn't actually yield you that much money. But the thing is with this, it's actually completely passive. You don't have to put in any work. You just have to have some money to start with. And let's say you put $1,000 in a high yield savings account. Well, it will generate you money via the interest. However, it's just not a lot of money. Currently, some of the best interest rates right now are offered by banks like Ally Bank or Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and that is even pretty low. It's pretty abysmal. It's 0.8% per year. So if you invested $10,000 in 1 year, you would gain $80 of passive income or interest income. $80 is not a lot, and especially when compared to inflation, you're actually still losing out to inflation. But if you just have that money and you don't have anywhere else to put it, that might not be a bad place to put it. Number 8 for passive income ideas is actually to write a book or to write an ebook. If you're really into writing, this could actually be pretty good, especially if it's a how-to book. Physical books typically have a royalty of about $5 per sale. So if you're able to write and publish a book, what you can do is then you'll just have the book and it's on shelves or it's on Amazon, and every time it sells, you'll get a $5 royalty. Sell 200 copies in a month and boom, that's $1,000 right there. Now, I actually think writing a physical book is a lot harder than writing an ebook, for example, because with an ebook, all you have to do is write it. You can write it on Word, Microsoft Word, and then you can just convert it to a PDF file. Then after you convert it to a PDF file, all you need to do is go on a platform such as Gumroad, Teachable.com, and there are a lot of these platforms where you can sell your ebook. The beauty of this is that you're leveraging the power of the internet. So let's say you have a specific expertise in, say, fitness for the low back. I like to just bring this example up because my low back isn't the best. And so I was thinking of what exercises could I do to improve my low back? Well, if you knew what exercises could improve the low back specifically, what you could do is you could write maybe a 20-page, 30-page guide on all the different exercises that could improve somebody's low back. You can then upload that to a Facebook group for exercising or a Facebook group for low back problems. And there you go. You have a little bit of a head start in terms of an audience that would technically want your PDF book. Especially if you have a website, an ebook is very powerful because you could just put it on your own website and you could sell it to your existing audience. And that brings me to my 7th passive income idea, which is starting an online course. So if you have an expertise in almost anything these days, you can create an online course as long as you are an expert in that field relative to other people, and that you're delivering value to the customer whenever they purchase your online course. This is just another example of something that takes a lot of upfront work. You have to create the course yourself, but then let's say after you have the course, it can just keep selling and selling and selling in perpetuity. So a place where you can sell your course and get organic traffic are platforms like Gumroad, like I mentioned before, Udemy, or Teachable.com. Each one of these platforms allows you to upload your course onto them directly, and they actually take care of all the payment processing so that you don't really have to lift a finger in terms of logistics on the back end. But they do all have their different fee schedules, so it's really important to check those out before you upload your course. So once you have an online course, you actually have to run some traffic to it, but running traffic to it actually might be a little bit difficult. So what you can do is you can start with advertising, or you can reach out to your own network, or if you already have an audience established on Instagram or a website or a blog, that could be a great way to generate traffic into your online course. The 6th passive income idea I have for you guys is to rent stuff out. These days, there's a lot of amazing ways to rent basically anything out. I like this idea a lot because it doesn't really require any upfront work. It's just whatever you have access to, you could rent out. For example, you could rent out a room on Airbnb, you could rent out a car on Turo.com, you can rent out a boat on Boatsetter.com, you could rent out a parking spot on Curbflip.com. There's a ton of different ways to generate income just renting your stuff out. Renting stuff out is one of the best ways to generate passive income because all you really have to do is take a few photos of the product or whatever you're trying to rent out is. So in the case of Airbnb, your room. In the case of a car, you would just take more photos of your car and all the details about it. And then you're just going to upload them onto the platform where you can rent them out on, and there's going to be a lot of natural traffic there, so you don't really have to do any marketing for renting your stuff out either. For example, on Turo.com, you could actually make money renting your car out depending on what kind of car you have. Like for example, I'm looking at this Tesla Model S, right? And it's renting out for $224 a day. So what you could do is rent out your car and pay the payment at the same time so that your car basically is paying for itself. Now, that same principle can apply to a lot of different assets and property that you might have. You can buy that property, product, or asset, rent it out for part of the month. You can make money on the rent and pay for your own property or asset in the meantime. The 5th passive income idea I have for you guys is actually membership websites. If you have a small network and you're into a hobby, what you can do is create a membership website for premium content. This is where people are going to pay a monthly subscription fee to you to access your premium content and to support all your offerings. This is becoming more and more common these days, especially with websites like Patreon, where you can support your favorite creators, or OnlyFans, where you can support your favorite other creators. Getting recurring revenue for something that you deliver of value is a great way to generate passive income. A lot of people aren't actually going to drop their membership as long as you're continuing to deliver value to them on a weekly or monthly basis. Now, the 4th best passive income idea I have for you guys is to start an online business. This is somewhat debatable if it's passive or not. I would definitely say if it's your first time running an online business, it's definitely not going to be passive, at least for the first year or so. But once you get the hang of how an online business works, if you set your business up in the right way, it can actually be pretty passive. For example, if your entire production process is hands-off, then all you would have to do for your website is to generate traffic to it and provide support. For example, my current online business is a revision of an original business that I had a few years ago, but basically we print custom posters. It's called mapyournight.com, where you can get a custom star map of any day and any location, but basically the entire production process is outsourced to a printing facility in the United States. And so whenever I receive an order, the order goes straight to them and they actually print it and ship it for me. Now, I really like this because all I'm responsible then is to manage the online traffic and figure out how to get more traffic to the website so that I can get more sales. And that's the beauty of this business. I'm not really responsible for packing and shipping the products because I've made such a great partnership with this printing partner. But basically all I have to really do is to get more people to my site, and I can do that from anywhere. Not only that, if I really wanted to, I could hire someone to run the day-to-day operations, run almost everything about the website, and all I would have to do is just check in from time to time. So setting up a website like mine is actually quite easy. These days there's so many hosting providers to choose from where you can just get an easy domain name. For example, if you want to use bluehost.com, you can get a domain name, and they have a really great intro offer right now, especially if your site is on WordPress. I'll put a link to that in the description below so that you guys can check it out in case you're interested on starting your own online business. The third passive income idea I have for you guys is actually called affiliate links. An affiliate link pays you a commission every time someone uses your link to buy a product. These are a great way to earn passive income, especially if you have a platform already like your own website, your own blog, a YouTube channel, or an Instagram page. But you might not actually need those things. You could be successful with affiliate link just by providing value to other people. So let's say you're part of a neighborhood group or a Facebook group that shares, a discussion on toys, for example. There's tons of Amazon affiliate links out there for different types of toys, and if you find an interesting toy that your Facebook group or your neighborhood group might actually find interesting, you could just share that to them as a link. If anybody uses that link to purchase that product, you will get paid a small commission. So there are affiliate links for almost everything out there, including investing websites like Robinhood and Webull. On those websites in particular, if you get a user to sign up, you get paid a larger commission just because it's so much harder for those investing platforms like Robinhood and Webull to actually acquire a customer. So yeah, affiliate links are a great way to generate passive income, especially if you have some sort of small network of friends or an audience to start with. Now, my number 2 passive income idea is starting a YouTube channel, and you guys know that I had to bring this one up. Starting a YouTube channel takes a lot of upfront work. You're generally just making videos, and each video takes 8 to 10 hours for me specifically. Like this video will take probably 8 hours in total. And while you're making these videos, each video doesn't actually make you any income, especially in the beginning when you're not even monetized. The monetization requirements on YouTube are actually you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of total cumulative watch time. Now, 4,000 hours might not seem like a lot, but let's say you have a 10-minute video and people are only watching half of it, so 5 minutes. 4,000 hours can actually be a very, very long time. For me specifically, I probably made 20, 30 videos before I even hit 4,000 watch hours. So it's a lot of upfront work, and you're not gonna get any money on those videos until you're monetized. But after you're monetized, if anybody goes and checks out your previous videos, you'll get a little bit of a cut from the advertising revenue. These days, it's actually really easy to get started on YouTube. All you really need to do is to have a smartphone and come with something to talk about. If you come with a good positive energy and talk about the stuff that you care about, people are gonna pay attention to you. So as long as you can do that, you can start to build a passive income stream, which is a YouTube channel, but only do it if you really want to do it, and only continue to do it if you continue to enjoy it. My number 1 passive income strategy for you guys is actually dividend investment. And the reason why it's number 1 is that almost anybody can do it without a lot of money to start. You just need to invest in something that pays you a dividend. A dividend is a portion of profit that a company will pay back to its shareholders. Like high yield savings, these are completely passive in that you don't actually have to do anything to actually acquire them besides invest in those companies. For example, you could buy a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust. When you invest in a REIT, you're basically investing in a company that holds income producing properties. So by investing in a REIT, you're actually getting access to rental income through the REIT itself. REITs are legally required to pay 90% of their taxable income as dividends back to their shareholders, and it doesn't take a lot of capital to invest in a REIT itself. They can include companies like Simon Property Group, which owns a lot of the malls across America, and it doesn't require a huge investment to buy in. Not to mention, you can also gain appreciation of the stock itself. Similarly, a company like Coca-Cola has been paying a running dividend for over 40 years, and if you were to own a share of their stock, you get access to 3.21% dividend per year. So if you owned $1,000 worth of Coke, you would get automatically $32.10 deposited into your account. And that's the reason why I like dividend income the best, is because it's the most passive form of income that I can think of, and that's why it's number 1 in this entire list. I hope that you guys took something good away from this list of ideas, and let me know if you've tried any of the passive income ideas that were listed today in the comments below. I love reading and replying to all of your comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also tick the notification bell because I post videos here on YouTube every single week. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you'd like to be a part of it there, just come and find me there. Lastly, if you'd like a free stock from Robinhood, there's a link in my description below, but if you sign up to Robinhood using my link, you'll get a free stock valued up to $200. All right, that's it guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.